Hey guys, it's SteelerDude11 here, and I'm back with another sports predictions video. And yes, I changed my name to SteelerDude11. I also changed my profile picture. I felt like it was time for a change, and I had Steeler Cat because my brother and I used to share the same channel, but now we don't anymore. So I just changed it to SteelerDude11, and I hope you guys like that name because it's going to be like that for a while. Anyway, so I'm back with another sports predictions video. As you remember in the last one, I did one for the 2018 Michigan Wolverines season. In this episode, I'm going to do it on the Pittsburgh Steelers 2018 season. Now, last year, the Steelers finished with a good record of 13-3, finished first place in the AFC North, and got the number 2 seed in the playoffs. So that was a particularly good season, but Steelers instantly lost in the playoffs against Jacksonville and left Steelers fans in shock, disappointment. How the heck could the Steelers lose to the Jaguars twice at home in a season? It happened, and I'm not going to be surprised if the Steelers do something similar to that this season because they always seem to do that. Okay, so let's get down to the predictions. Okay, so starting off the season on Sunday, September 9th, the Steelers are going to start off this season like they did last season at Cleveland, at First Energy Stadium. This is going to be a win. I'm just going to say that now it's going to be a win. I know a bunch of people are hyping up about Baker Mayfield, how he's going to do at Cleveland, but let's get used to let's just face the facts here. People have been doing that for the past 20 years now for the Browns. The quarterback curse has came back to the league in 1999. I don't think anything's going to change for them. I'm going to say the Steelers are going to win at Cleveland and get their first win of the year in the first game of the year. Then for week 2 on Sunday, September 16th, the Steelers will be they will be going back to Pittsburgh to be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they did play last year. The Steelers won 19-13, and that was the Chiefs' first loss that season since they came into that game 5-0. But then the Chiefs would go on to lose a bunch of games and barely make it to the playoffs and then choke against the Titans. Now this game, because the Chiefs, you can't underestimate the Chiefs. But now that Alex Smith is gone, now he's at the Redskins, and the Chiefs are going to be starting Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how he's going to perform. But the Steelers, for some reason, they always do great at away games. As you look at last year, the Steelers only lost one away game last year, and that was against the Bears. Every other away game they played, they won. But the Steelers can't seem to get it done at home sometimes. Like as you saw against the Jaguars twice, the Patriots, and other games as well. I'm going to say the Steelers are going to get it done. I know the Kansas City Chiefs, they always do good around the beginning of the season, but then they start to choke in the midway of the season towards the end. Like as you can see, Chiefs beat the Patriots in the first game of the season last year, but of course, they had Alex Smith. Now they have Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I predict this year's going to be 2-0. Okay. Now here we go for a Monday night matchup. The Steelers are going to be traveling down to Tampa, Florida to be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sorry for that voice crack there. This is going to be an interesting game. I know I'm saying interesting, like, what are you talking about? It's the Buccaneers. I'm saying interesting game for me because my brother's favorite NFL team is the Buccaneers. So it's basically going to be like me against him. It's going to be pretty cool. But even though it's at Tampa, the Steelers are going to get it done there. Now, the last time the Steelers played the Buccaneers was in 2014, and the Buccaneers won 27-24. Now, that was an embarrassing loss for the Steelers. Granted that the Bucs only won 2 games that year. The Steelers were one of them. The Redskins was the other one. Steelers going to get it done. And Jameis Winston is going to be suspended for 3 games with that whole Uber driver incident. I don't know when they're going to start him, but a lot of people are saying that the Bucs are probably going to start 0-3, as they're going to start against the Saints, then play the defending Super Bowl champions, then the Steelers. All right, Steelers are going 3-0. Then Steelers are going to head back to Pittsburgh to be playing once again a Sunday night matchup against their bitter rival, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we all remember last year's Sunday night game against the Ravens. Steelers were down, but made that comeback at the end and won by 1 point. Now, as usual, the Steelers played the Ravens twice last year, as they do every year. In the first game, the Steelers beat the Ravens 26-9 at Baltimore. In the second game, the Steelers won 39-38 at home. Now, that was an amazing game, that 39-38 win. My friend Ethan, he felt a different way how I felt about that game. He was so mad. I wasn't there, but he told me the next day at school. That was funny. Anyway, Steelers are gonna win. They're gonna be 4-0. They're gonna win. They get it done Sunday night, even if they do play down to their opponent. Because let's admit it, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm gonna admit it, and you Steelers fans should too. The Steelers always seem to play down to their opponent, like how they did last year against the Bengals on Monday night, the Ravens on Sunday night, the Packers on Sunday night, and there's another one. I'm trying to think. Oh, the Colts. How the Steelers were losing 17-3. They came back and won 20-17 in the final seconds. Steelers are going to win. All right, then in Week 5, they're going to stay in Pittsburgh and take on the Atlanta Falcons. They did play. Last time they played was in 2014. The Steelers won 27-20 at Atlanta. Not predicting this is going to be the Steelers' first loss of the year against the Falcons. Falcons are a good team, even though they don't seem to be. How they choked the Super Bowl 51, how they choked in a few games last year. Still made the playoffs, but the Falcons didn't do as well as they did in 2016. But I'm sure they're going to do fine. They're going to be as good as they usually are. And the Falcons are just going to get it done that day. All right, then after that, the Steelers are going to be traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio to be taking on their division rival, the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Steelers have a love-hate relationship with the Bengals. Hate them because they're dirty. Love them because the Bengals always let the Steelers win. Like that 2015 playoff game, how Vontaze Burfict and always blows the game. That's what he always does. He's an idiot. And that the Juju Smith-Schuster hit last year on Vontaze Burfict, which I loved. All Steelers fans loved that hit. I don't care if he got suspended for a game. It was an amazing hit. He deserved that. Anyway, the Steelers are going to get it done. The Bengals, they might take a big lead or a simple lead, but the Bengals are going to pull the Bengals and choke and let the Steelers come back and win. All right, then they're going to be on their bye week. Then the Steelers are going to be traveling, or not traveling. They're going to stay in Pittsburgh, and the Cleveland Browns are coming to town. Now, the Steelers announced that they're going to be wearing their 70s throwback in that game, and I'm interested to see how that's going to look. I'm sure it's going to look really neat. I'm going to bring back the Steelers' good old 70s decade where they won 4 Super Bowls in that decade. This is going to be the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 13. Yes, I think it has to be Super Bowl 13 because this next Super Bowl is 53. Anyway, the Steelers are going to win. Easy game against the Browns. All right, then next the Steelers are going to be traveling to Baltimore to be playing the Ravens. Now, the Steelers are going to win this game as well. The Steelers beat the Ravens twice last year. They dominated the Ravens at Baltimore, but of course, in that given point of the year, the Ravens weren't doing that good. But they're going to beat Ravens at Baltimore. Then the Steelers will be traveling back to Pittsburgh for a Thursday night matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Steelers, I'm predicting they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose against the Panthers. Cam Newton is going to have a great game, and the Steelers' defense just can't hold up against Cam Newton and the Panthers' offense as well. And there's one player in the Panthers I do like, and it's Devin Funchess. The only reason why I like him is because he played for Michigan. But I don't like Tom Brady. Anyway, Steelers are losing. Then they're going to be traveling to Jacksonville, Florida to be taking on them dang Jaguars. Hopefully they're not going to be Saxonville this year, but it's going to be a Sunday night matchup. Steelers are going to win. Now, if the Steelers can't beat the Jaguars at home, I'm sure they can beat them on the road, because Steelers are pretty good at beating teams on the road. All right, Then after that, the Steelers are going to be traveling to Denver, Colorado, be taking on the Denver Broncos. Steelers will win this game. I know it's at Denver, and they have that whole altitude thing. How the air is different up there than it is in Pittsburgh, but excuse me, but the Broncos haven't been that good, and I don't know how good they're gonna be. I mean, they do have Bradley Chubb, and they just picked up Case Keenum, but I still don't think the Broncos. They could do a little bit better, but I don't think they'll be like Super Bowl contenders good. So I predict the Steelers going to win that game. Then next, the Steelers will be traveling back to Pittsburgh to be playing on the Los Angeles Chargers. This is going to be the Steelers' first time playing the Chargers, where the Chargers have traveled to Chargers have been in Los Angeles. Steelers are going to win this game, even though the rise of Phillip Rivers being good again and the Chargers seeming to be doing good. They almost made the playoffs last year, and a lot of people are saying they could make the playoffs again this year. Steelers are going to win. Okay, Siri just turned on for some reason. Sorry about that. Anyway, Steelers are going to win. Then that next week, the Steelers will be traveling to Oakland, California to be taking on the Oakland Raiders. And it's going to be a Sunday night matchup as well. Steelers are winning. They're going to win this game. It's just going to be a good game. It's going to be close. Well, actually, first of all, I don't know if it'll be close, but the Steelers are going to win. The Raiders still might be struggling from their problems last year, despite them having John Gruden now. I don't know how the Raiders are going to perform this year. My opinion might change if they perform very well this season, but as of right now, I'm saying that Raiders probably aren't going to do much, and the Steelers are going to beat them. All right, here it is. December 16th, Steelers against the Patriots at Heinz Field at 4:25 in the evening on CBS. We all know how the game ended last year with that controversial call against Jesse James, some people saying, oh, that was a catch, some people saying it wasn't a catch. The NFL catch rule was completely messed up, and thank God they finally changed the rule and made it more simple. Basically, what I'm saying is if the new catch rule that's in rule now was in rule last year, then that would have been a touchdown. But it's too late. Can't change history. That's how it is. But Steelers are going to beat the Patriots. Now, I know Steelers haven't beaten the Patriots in like 7 years, but the Steelers are going to end that long drought. They're going to stop Brady and Gronk. Well, maybe not at first, but they're going to stop them when it matters most. They're going to get the job done and beat New England and get their revenge. And maybe play them again in like the AFC Championship game or the divisional round if they go there. Okay, then after that game, the Steelers will be traveling down to New Orleans, Louisiana to be playing the Saints. The Steelers, they're going to lose this one. Now, I know the Steelers, they just came back after beating the Patriots. They're going to lose to the Saints. The Saints, they're starting to get better, even though they've been been sucky this past couple years. But last year they had Drew Brees starting to do good again, had Alvin Kamara and what's his name, Marshawn Lattimore doing great. And despite Marcus Williams not knowing how to tackle in that Vikings game, the Saints are going to do just as good as they did last year and maybe even make the playoffs again. But the Steelers are going to lose that game. All right, then the last game of the season, the Steelers will be playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Steelers are going to win that game. They're going to beat the Bengals at Pittsburgh. Last time they played at Pittsburgh, the Steelers beat them 29-14. It's going to be an easy game for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is going to win. Okay, and that's my prediction. And I'm predicting the Steelers are going to finish 13-3, losing to the Falcons on the Saints. Hold on a second. Trying to think here. Did I say they were gonna? Did I predict them 14-2? Okay, I'm being an idiot right now. I remember having them losing against the Falcons and the Saints, but did I have them? Oh, I remember they were gonna lose against the Panthers. That's right. I'm sorry, a brain fart there. I was being a complete idiot. But anyway, we're gonna finish 13-3. They're gonna win the AFC North and maybe get a spot in a divisional round, and maybe even possibly get home field advantage for the AFC. We'll see what the time comes, because if the Patriots and the Steelers do tie for 13-3 that year, the Steelers will get home field advantage because they beat the Patriots. That's how my prediction. If you guys disagree with my prediction, then feel free to put down in the comments below how you think the Steelers will do this season. And yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna finish 13-3 like last year, and that's gonna be it. So for my next episode of sports predictions, I'm gonna let you decide. What team would you like me to predict their 2018 season, though? I want it to be football, an NFL 2018 or a college football 2018. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.